Alright, I think we're good. I think we are live. I think everything's working now. I don't know what happened. Let's give it a moment for it to get through to everyone and we'll see that it's all working okay. Just once I wanted to be on time. There we go, it looks like it's working. So yeah, I was totally going to be on time and then suddenly my microphone just decided to not work anymore. But I fixed it. Don't know how I fixed it. Literally, I think it managed to fix by me opening the menu for recording devices. And it's like, oh yeah, those exist. They should probably work. And now everything's fine again. There we go, we're getting people in the chat saying it's all working good, so that is awesome. Of course, just at this moment, the music has gone dead silent in Factorio. There's just nothing. But there was earlier, so it's just me at the moment. But there we go, we are good, we are live. And hello everyone, it's been a while since I've streamed Factorio. It's been close to a year, I think. But the other day I tried live streaming Kingdoms and Castles, and that worked pretty well, so today we're going to try Factorio, of course. Wanted to test it out on something expendable first, you know, before we went straight for of course, the favourite of the channel. Apparently there might be ads playing at the moment. I'm not sure how that works yet. I imagine it's vaguely similar to Twitch in that when you tune in you get an ad and so on. Alright, awesome. Let's get on with it. I imagine those will have finished by about now, so that should be good. So, hello, I am Bentham, and welcome to Factorio, where today we will be playing a Factorio Ribbonworld. I've been waiting a very, very long time to do one of these. At one point, I was even going to do a series on it, and then I aborted and did... What did I do instead? That might have been Living with Biters I did instead. Which then ended with a whimper rather than a bang. I'll maybe address that someday properly. I did in a stream once, but then nobody saw the stream, so who knows. But yeah, that's just, well, one day that'll be resolved, the bugs will be fixed, and then we'll try doing that again perhaps. But for the moment, let's do this. If we go to a new game, I've already put in all the information for it. So the resource settings, I fiddled about with them for ages, and in the end I made them practically normal. Very little has actually changed in it. All this stuff in terms of the less important resources are literally all the same. As for iron and copper ore, I've made the deposit slightly bigger. And water I've dropped down to extremely low and only in the starting area. And biters are normal. Crude oil, I've put everything on max because I don't like building oil outposts, and I'd rather just have giant oil deposits right next to where I am so I could just immediately put pump jacks on it. Medium starting area, because I don't think the size of the starting area really matters that much. I think making it small will make weird things happen, making it big will make weird things happen, so I just kept it the same. Yeah, we're keeping the water very low because we have to make sure that we don't encounter any as we expand our base out, because we are on a very thin strip of land. It is 64 tiles high. So we're going to be building all this very long, thin world that is 2 chunks tall. And so it's all about fitting everything into that space and so on and so forth. But that is good. We'll generate. We'll see if it works. I may do a couple... We may have some false starts here. Let me just check. We have iron. Not much. Lots of copper. Coal. There's no stone. There is no stone. Restart. We want to make it... There's some stone. We want to make it a little bit easier on us to start with. Okay, stone, iron, copper, no coal. Okay, we'll start again. I tried having things more common before, and it meant that you always had everything to start with, but you would also just be drowning in deposits. This looks nice. Wait, is there no stone? Really? There's no stone anywhere. We'll get there. Come on. How about this one? We've got copper, we've got iron, we've got coal, we've got stone. We are good. The water is a little bit more invasive than I would like, but we have stone, so we can fill it in eventually. The iron's sort of split up, but that looks pretty nice. No uranium to be found, but that's fine. We don't need huge amounts of it. It'll be out there somewhere. I think this is a good place to start. So yeah, I tried making things more common, and it meant you were guaranteed to have something when you spawn, but then there'd just be too much. And you want there to be a little bit of distance between you and your resources, because, you know, you gotta You always got to have a reason to make trains. And yes, we will be making trains in this. That's why I made it quite so tall. Some people do really compressed ones, so that they really have to struggle to make anything work. But I wanted to have enough space that I could actually have a railway and all sorts of crazy stuff like that fit into the space. So basically, the bottom quarter of this, or maybe the top quarter, depending on how I do it, will just be tracks. So that'll be quite fun. Right, let us get on with the usual starting stuff. Of course, at the beginning, it's going to be pretty normal. Make ourselves a pickaxe. We'll go to coal first. I like to gather a bit of starting coal so that we can set up the iron stuff and leave it to it. Let's grab some wood. Yeah, of course, no matter what sort of wacky challenges you have, it's always the same start at the beginning. Simple thing of getting a couple of iron miners active and going from there. Plonk. And we'll make a wooden chest. Stick that there. And of course, we will enable advanced mode with Alt, because if you don't play with that, you're insane. Just loop that back in a couple of times and that'll get going. We'll get some more wood or whatever just for wooden chests and stuff later. But I intend to do these relatively frequently now. I've not quite worked out if I'm going to have some sort of schedule. I imagine that at some point I'll settle into a weekly cycle of when I'm streaming and things. But I intend for this to be the long-running series for Factorio live streams, that whenever I'm streaming Factorio, it will be continuing this particular save. I'll probably progress pretty rapidly with it if I'm doing like a stream a week. I'm thinking of doing them like 2 hours long. That seems nice. Gives you plenty to watch in the intervening week. I think that's a good way of doing it, so we'll get through it pretty rapidly, I should think, there. How's the coal mining going? Should have plenty by now. That's loads, and it stopped. Let's just grab all this and go over to the iron. Start getting some of that. Yeah, you wouldn't usually spend, like, hours trying to get a nice map for it. It's just a case of finding one that actually has all 4 different materials in it. Gotta say, mining the iron here is going to be a bit fiddly with this water right here. We'll have to research landfill a little bit early on. Why have I got this loading into a chest? I am dumb. There we go. Let's try and balance this out a bit. That's roughly right. Now we're going to stand around and wait for this to be done. Well, we could go over and grab some stone, actually. It's just over there. Let's go on a quick trek in this direction. And for now, we'll just manually harvest some. Then we get back, we can start expanding our production. Be cool if the world wrapped around at some point, but then you'd run out of materials. You'd be screwed after a certain point. There have been some other designs recently that people have been coming up with that are a little bit like this in principle, but different. There's a spiral that I've seen recently. Someone's made a spiral world, which is quite strange, because there's certain things like logistics bots can go over the gaps in the spiral and stuff like that. And also it means that everything looks deceptively close. You think it's like a very short trek to get anywhere, but going all the way around a loop every time to get somewhere makes things, makes everything miles away. So maybe we'll do that one next, but for now we'll just do the classic one. Let's steal some of the coal from here, we can speed this up. I mean, we're going to run out of coal everywhere at once in a second, but we have enough iron to be getting on with. So we'll hop over back this way. Grab some more stone, get some stone mining and coal mining set up. In time to bring some coal back to the miners back over there. I'm trying to think, there was another sort of map as well, but I can't remember quite what it was now. You're relatively limited in what you can do with the normal settings, because you can only limit the width and the height. But if people start making like custom maps, they can do all sorts of crazy stuff. And other weird shapes. We're out of coal, so I'll just use that. And then we'll make another one. And we'll freeze for a second. That was weird. And then we'll build this about here. Yeah, please in the chat, if anything happens weird with audio or video or anything like that, please inform me because I'm not used to the streaming stuff and I won't possibly notice when everything goes horribly wrong if it does. Because I'm slightly more likely to notice if you mention it in the chat. Still relatively oblivious though. Bear that in mind. Are there biters? Yes, there are. They're fairly easy to deal with though, because you can literally just build a wall there and a wall there, line them with guns, and you're good. And occasionally you'll bring the wall forward a bit. So the biters are not the most terrifying of threats in this particular way of playing. Yeah, I think perhaps Zisto might have been the first person to do a Ribbonworld. And actually, that was part of the reason that I decided not to do one. Someone had suggested it to me, and I'm like, oh my god, that's the best idea ever. And I did a test game for it, and was like faffing about with that for a week to see how fun it was. Decided it was very fun, was going to do a series, and then I found out that I'd been beaten to it. I'm like, oh, well now I'll look like I'm copying. I don't want to look like I'm copying. So I put it on hold, and then just forgot about it, and then thought, hey, I could do that for a live stream thing. That'd be cool. That'll do for now. We'll let that keep the coal that it's got so that it can mine for a while. Oh, so we should put some over in here. Give you a bit to be getting on with, and that's enough to make a few more miners and such. But we'll need more coal miners, I think, to start supplying things a bit better. Yep, everything's died over here. The shame things aren't quite, aren't in very close proximity to each other. It's always annoying. I was doing some test map generations to see how it worked, and there was one where literally all 4 different kinds of ore were overlapping each other. And you know what? I should have saved that one, and then just started with that, because that would have been an awesome start. I don't even have to move to set any new production up. Right, they already have plenty of iron here, so I think I can actually just wander off again. Set up some more coal mining, I think. Let's ramp it up quite a bit. Because ferrying coal here and there is always annoying. We'll clear that away. And then we will do the classic coal square. All you need is to stick 1 coal in, that'll start running itself. And it's generating us a bunch of extra coal. Put some more in here. Grab what's there. Oh, it's a weird number. There we go. And back over here to set up more iron. Actually, we'll set up the copper, seeing as we're nearby. Just one of each should be good, and then we'll be out of coal and we'll have to go back to get the coal we literally just set up. Actually, there's plenty there. There we go. Still got a bit left. We can get these still sort of running, kinda. Yeah, the pollution, I think it actually goes over the sides, which is a bit of a shame. It'd be nice if it was like forced down the corridors, and so you really had to contend with huge amounts of pollution getting around, but I think unfortunately it just spreads out normally and then just dissipates in the void. The horrifying endless void that we live on the edge of. At any time we could slip and fall and be lost forever. Very dangerous. We'll have to build a fence. Oh, damn it. We'll go grab some more coal first. The nice thing about the void, I'll show you that in a minute actually. Just grab all of this. That's more like it. Oh, one of them died, but it's fine because the others fueled it again. Bit of copper. We can start looking to set up some steam engines once we have the iron for it. I might reposition these. The positioning isn't great. I mean, I can just walk straight through these, so I guess it's not a problem. It's annoying though, we need to invent landfill very quickly. Get this running again. We could be a bit more generous with the coal now. Miners use up about twice the coal that furnaces do, I've noticed. I don't know if it's quite perfect, so I always put a little bit of extra coal in the furnaces just to be sure. I've still got loads left, let's just go crazy. It's always annoying with the first bit when you just gotta manually load everything. We need some more stone to start making our steam engine. Where's the coal? It's over there, and there's water there. Ah, we don't need that, we'll just build it here. We don't actually need any water, we can just fill it all in if we like. Let's make sure this is running. Actually, we don't have any coal, let's go grab some. Excellent. I'll keep it running for a while. And now, make a boiler, 2 steam engines, burner inserter, a pump, and we're sort of out of iron for anything else. We'll start making some belts. We'll go back, grab some more iron. Hope the copper has died. And now it's fine. Grab the rest. That game still holds one of the records in FTL. Yeah, it is sort of because I didn't play FTL in between the live stream I did and the series I did literally a year later. I worked out the dates and it was like a year and a week since I'd last played FTL, which is a crime, really. I'm surprised the SWAT team didn't burst through my door. Everyone knows that it is the law to play FTL at least once per year. Right, that should be enough for us to start sending some coal over to some steam engines. And then we can start seeing about doing some science. Let's just start crafting that stuff now. Get it out of the way. Might as well use our crafting bar. And I'm just going to set it up over here, I think. Seems like the best place, really. What I'm thinking is power and oil and stuff on this side, production on this side. It's going to be a bit awkward in the early days because of the whole tiny bit of space to work through, but what we'll do initially is we'll set up a production square, as I like to call it, around about there, just to get a basic bit of science and stuff going. Well, let's work this out. What I'm thinking is gap of 2, oil it there, and then pump there, because you can totally pump water out of the endless void of doom. And I'm not complaining, because it works. Whatever crazy void this material this is, it can be heated and used to power steam engines. And so I am not bothered. It may slowly corrupt the landscape around it and cause all who gaze upon it to go insane. But it gives us power, so who cares? Let's cancel those for a second. I want to get that one pipe sorted. Oops, I completely missed there. There's a gap through here that we can bring the coal through, that way that we can keep this area around here clear. But we can't do it immediately because it'll require underground belts, so we don't have those yet. So for the moment, we'll run the line here. And we'll start setting up some sort of mining operation here. It'll be a bit crap because we're out of iron again. But this should do. We could just manually load some coal for the moment. Oops, there. And it's ready later. Ready for later, setting up some proper stuff with burner inserters when I have literally any iron whatsoever. Also, we can make some electric poles. And we can put this in here. Start generating the power. We'll hook this up here. We'll just run it over here so it's out of the way of any future steam engines we build. And there's our science. We'll start by researching automation, and we already have these science packs ready. I would craft some more, but I can't. Let's go grab some iron. What mods am I using? Absolutely none. All I've done is in the map settings, I just set a limit on the height of the map to 64. 2 chunks. And so we live on this crazy strip of land that we can never escape from. And we are beset by biters on all sides, but all sides is only 2 sides, which isn't too bad, really. The one problem you do have with the biters is because you're in a short strip of land, they really like to colonize towards you very often, because they literally have 2 directions they can colonize in. One of them is other biters, and the other is empty space that I have cleared. So they do like to invade you a lot. We'll queue up some science packs ready for the next bit of research, and we can start, well, we can set up the automation of this a bit more properly. before these run out. Let's just get those first, otherwise I'll be waiting for these science packs forever. And we can start on... Well, we can't yet because we haven't finished the science. We'll have to wait a little bit longer for that. At some point I should try landfilling the void. That's the point. Last time I tried playing a Ribbonworld, that wasn't an option. Now I can try it. I imagine it won't work. But it'll be fun. And we're making landfill anyway. Gotta try and sort of fast track us to that as soon as possible so we can make the space. There we go with automation. Next on the list, which one is it? Logistics is what we want next. That's what we're making the science packs for. These are now fueling themselves, so that's all good. I'm going to steal some of the coal. Actually, I really don't need to because I imagine, yep, these four over here have now shut down. There we go. And I imagine by now that the iron stuff, yeah, it's all dying. People complaining that I'm not being harsh enough with the height. I wasn't particularly trying to be like super challenging in terms of having to create crazy compressed factories. Like making it 1,000 high would be enough to make an interesting, different sort of game. I'm not interested in making the hyper compressed builds. I want to have enough room so I can build a railway on this ribbon. So made it a little bit wider than normal. And the principle is still there. We can still build something of a normal-ish kind of main bus a bit. It'll be a bit weird. Right, what should we do now? Well, we can start making our assembling machines. We should probably build them over here on account of the fact that the copper and the iron are both over here. Oh, bit of a freeze. Don't know why that happens occasionally. Well, yes, I can have rails at 20 height, but then I don't have any room for anything. There we go. That's our production square. Ratios are irrelevant. I don't care. It just makes things in a square. I have to wait for things to be crafted a little bit. We can start that running, though we don't have the power poles right now. Start running them over from the steam engines. Science has stopped, but we still have some science packs handy, so we'll just stick those in. Continue on our way. How do I set this up? I've got a fancy way of doing this, but I can't remember what it is, and it doesn't really matter that much. I think it's doing this and this. There we go, we got that running. We'll need a couple of chests for things. A bunch of inserters for stuff. We're out of iron again. Oh, hello, Dark Gamer. You've got to change your name. Your previous one was much more memorable. I'm going to forget who you are all the time now. This needs changing. Such a pain. I mean, I guess I could just set up the production over here and then belt it round instead so that this space is open. Also, let's just dump all the coal into this that we can. Though that wasn't a very good way of doing it because now those three are practically empty. We'll get more. Let's just start running a belt over here anyway. Just ready for when we work out what we're doing over there. And up this way somewhere. Join up with the copper thing roughly around here. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This is all temporary stuff. Setting up a basic bit of production so we can get a little bit of research done. And then once that's in place we can start building stuff for the proper construction work. So this one's not even going to have like any sort of throughput. It's literally just going to be half the belt is iron, half the belt is copper, and that works fine. How should I arrange this? Maybe I should swap these around, actually. Let's grab those. Do that and that. And then these two can unload over here somewhere and make a thing. Do the stuffs. Whatever. We're out of these. We can make a whole one more. We need some more iron again. Everything's dying. I hate having to manually load coal into everything. How's the science doing? It's nearly done. Could grab some more coal from here. Let's just grab all the coal we can. It's not like the steam engines really need a lot of it right now. Oh, perhaps we should build a radar as well. Start working out where the biters are. I think the radars are like super useful in this as well, because they literally just scan like out this way and out this way. They don't bother trying to scan the non-existent stuff. So they get things done super fast. We can perhaps start making... Oh, let's bring the power over here, and then we can start looking at making some electric miners. Yeah, I'll move the lab next to the construction square once it's operational. Oh, which is this? That's enough. Right, I'm going to clear all this away and change it about a bit. We've researched logistics. What next on the list? Where's landfill? Oh, it needs green science. That's work, though. I just want to do it now. Yeah, I'm never that bothered about what I do after the first two. Perhaps just get electronics out of the way so we can start doing automation too. And then we can actually set up green science. We don't need steel yet. I don't think we need to worry about military either quite yet. I think the biters are usually fairly slow to attack, on account of the fact that there's only two directions they can be in. And the pollution just goes off in these directions anyway, so it's all fine. Right, if I just make like 4 of these... Oh, it's gonna take forever! Burn manually crafting circuits. After you've done this like 50 times already in your life, it gets very dull. Having to go through all the stuff. And I know there's mods and things that let you skip the first hour, but I don't know how they would work if you did them on a Ribbonworld. They might have no idea how to function, but we'll just stick them here for now, and that's a belt going this way. Then we can have the furnaces on this side of this water barrier we've got. Oh, I didn't power the things. I'm just wandering off. Like, yeah, they'll supply us, right? Let's take one there and there. And now we've got to go cut the line before they arrive and just go straight into the belts, because that's now wrong. That'll do. And we'll get some coal being piped in. We'll just have a furnace-y thing there. A couple more miners. It's a gigantic disc-shaped planet. Oh, we can only walk along the edge. Yeah, I'm actually on the edge of Discworld. But no one on Discworld knows, and I can't see it. Because it's a perfect cliff for me. Though that would mean that if I looked down this way, I'd see the fins of a turtle. And then the jig would be up. Whoops. By the way, speaking of Terry Pratchett, if anyone's read the Long Earth, I think that's the most awesome concept for like a sci-fi thing ever. Or just any sort of world. I would love someone to make the Long Factorio, where you can just hop from one map to the other instantly. Just carrying whatever you're carrying, but not iron. Because iron can't cross between the alternate Earths. I think there should be a million games based on that concept of being able to hop between worlds that are almost but not quite identical. And there's a whole bunch of games where that sort of thing is sort of possible. Coal is not what I needed. I needed iron. Wait, there isn't any iron. We don't have any furnaces operational. I guess we'll set some up and then we have something. Stick it there and then there, and there's going to be more belts and stuff later. How's this going to... One there, one there. Another space here. It's all going to make sense. I'm just throwing together a slapdash basic thing at the moment. And then we'll put some power poles around here. And there'll be a coal belt and another iron belt, and then we'll have a bit of a furnace setup going on. And now it's only a matter of time before someone starts saying something about how that's a bad design. Such is Factorio. But I don't care. Right, I guess we'll just manually fuel them for the moment. We've got crazy amounts of coal on us now, so that's fine. Then we can start making some belts. A little bit. Perhaps having this right up against the edge isn't a good idea, because I can't exactly mess about much with the way the belts come in. In fact, how am I even going to get a belt running there? I can sort it. It's going to look nightmarish and horrific. But it'll work. And it's all temporary, so I don't care. Right, we can start making stuff again. Just do that now? No, I'll get the coal belt in. So we have some sort of automation. And then we can leave it to do its thing. Sorted. Still have some stone left. Let's plan it out a bit more for when we've actually got anything. And some belts up here and stuff. And it'll go off over here somewhere, it'll join up and it'll go on that belt and then that'll work. Oh, wow, there's a lot of people watching right now. That's the thing, I did expect that perhaps there'd be more people interested in watching a stream about Factorio than one about Kingdoms and Castles on account of the fact that I'm a Factorio channel, basically. Even though I've been starving you of Factorio for a very long time. I want to play other games. You know, it's not all about just playing the same one game all the time. Gotta mix it up and stuff. Play too much of one game, no matter how awesome it is, you'll get bored. And let me tell you, I played a lot of Factorio. Somehow I managed to miscount these, so that's awkward. One more. And we'll have something on this side that is functional if it was supplied by anything. Have we invented? Yeah, we've invented underground belts and stuff. That's all fine then. Perhaps I made this a bit too long for the moment. But we can... Oh. There we go. Grab everything that's there. Run this along to over there. And get some semblance of production going. Damn it, I'm just going to steal these. There, just enough. The exact perfect amount of belts. Except there's no inserters on the other end. For the moment, I'm just going to rearrange them. Put one there. Oops. Put that there. Get this one ready to start doing things. I'll see about getting some copper being supplied. I don't know if I can be bothered setting up another furnace thing for this right now. You don't exactly need copper in huge amounts at the start of the game. Right, can we... Well, we need more iron if we want to sort out any more of these running. Let's do the easy bit first. We'll get these two operational. Gone and set up the things for that and then been like, wait, no, that's a dumb thing. I should sort out the ones that I actually can. Long-armed ones there. Normal ones there. Power to everything. And then maybe we'll even be able to afford some inserters to unload it first. We perhaps should have left the not properly automated ones running a little bit longer so I could have had some more supplies for this. But I'm being impatient. I want to get to the next stage. There's only so much time today. Oh, we don't have the... Gotta build more belts. Give me all the iron. I was going to say steel, we're not at steel yet. There, we've now doubled our production. And in a minute we'll double it again. I'm just going to stand here and read the comments. Hello the Stuffs, welcome to the stream. Do I still have plans to do a marathon modded series eventually? Well, actually, it wasn't even a marathon modded one necessarily, but I was thinking a marathon Railworld mix. So this is not the replacement for Railworld. The Replacement for Railworld will follow the same format of being in 20-minute episodes that are sped up from an hour. This is just a separate thing I'm doing because I can stream. And streaming is fun. And I want to give it another shot. And some of us that just started the stream, can you zoom out so we can see just how short your map is? This short. It's not the most limited you can make it. There are plenty of people who've made much more cramped conditions for their ribbon worlds, but I don't care about making, like, crazy cramped stuff and compressing a factory into the thinnest possible strip I can. I want to have a bit of room to mess about in, and I'm more just interested in having fun with the fact that the world is in a line, rather than the fact that it is in a really compressed line. So I've left a fair bit of space, which means we can still have a smallish main bus. We'll have to be a bit more focused on throughput than usual to make sure it actually runs well. Maybe we can do some experiments with belt braiding or something. I don't know, some people call that heresy, so maybe that's a bad idea. But it does double the throughput of something. Maybe even more now that certain belts can extend longer than the usual 4 empty tiles. But yeah, I've made some extra room so we can have a normal-ish main bus, and also we can have a railway. And there'll be plenty of space to fit that in. So the entire bottom quarter of the strip will just be tracks and stations and cool stuff like that. Because, you know, every world I have has to have trains in it. Apart from living with biters. That's why I never finished, didn't have trains. It was doomed. From the beginning. Right, we've got loads of iron now, so we can actually start working on things properly. We can make a whole 3 splitters if we like. For now we'll make 1. I'm going to make the Frankenstein's monster of belts here. Actually, I was thinking of a more nightmarish way, but it's not too bad. But yeah, I'm going to bring it around like this. I could have done it better if I'd planned it a little bit more in advance. But the important thing is it does the job of delivering to the 2 sides. Even though it means that unless I actually have a second belt here, there's no real throughput benefit to having 2 separate belts. But I'm thinking that eventually I will have 2 belts running along here once I've got room over there and I've worked that out properly. Let's get these connected up. I'm actually letting the iron get over there, but we need some copper before we can really start working on anything. Also, word of advice, whenever you're setting up these sorts of furnace columns, when you're setting up the output one, don't put it in line with the long-armed inserter. Put it in line with the short one, because if you put it in line with the long one day you're going to remove them for some reason. It won't make any sense, but for some reason in the future you will decide to remove some of these furnaces and not immediately replace them with upgraded ones. And as soon as you do that, it'll just start loading coal on, and that will happily load coal onto the belt, and you'll get coal all over your factory, and it'll just go horribly wrong. I've learned this lesson many times over. I'm passing it on to you so you may learn without suffering the same fate that I did. We even had that happen in some of the multiplayer ones. I forget exactly which ones. I don't think it was Massa. I think it was a Mass where we might have had a nightmare of just the entire system getting filled with random bits of coal all over the place. But imagine every Factorio player has at some point experienced the same issue as of having some random thing get onto a belt it shouldn't, and then you have to go through your entire factory, and it just gets into all sorts of belts you didn't even realize it could get into. This gets delivered all the way across everything you have, and years later, actual years, you are still finding random bits of coal on your copper belts or whatever. Such is the way of things. Right, let's set up a really crappy slapdash way of unloading some copper onto this belt. Oh, it's not going to work that way around. We'll do it there, and then we'll just... Yep. This is so fancy and nice. It is the best thing you've ever seen. The professionalism I am demonstrating here, my expertise in the playing of Factorio. It does the job. That's all fine. And in a second we'll actually be able to start making circuits and science packs. There we go, look at this beautiful thing. I don't know why I made another chest, I already had a bunch. Yeah, I love doing this because it just looks so nice, doesn't it? There's this lovely square. Only has 2 power poles needed for it to all work. Everything just gets delivered around. The ratios don't matter. This is already finished, actually. Of course, then what you do is you actually set up the unloading stuff over here, so you can set up some sort of minibus thing. Oh, hello, Catherine of Sky. Good to see you here. Yeah, so the other piece of advice for the furnace thing is always just remove the inserters before you remove the furnace. But you just know that at some point, for some arcane reason, you will end up removing the furnace before the inserters, and you will not realize until it is too late. And everything is coal. There is only coal now. There we go. I mean, this isn't going to work great because it's trying to unload in two different directions, but I don't know, this will fill up and then it'll be fine or something. We'll put limits on this. Put a strong limit on that, because why would I want copper cable? There's barely even a reason to have a chest for it, because I think this... Oh no, this runs slower than that, so it makes a bit of sense to like pick up the slack if this has stopped for a while and then starts running again. There you go, that makes some sense. But yeah, this amazing thing should feed it for the moment. If it's stupid and it works, then it's stupid and it works. Good advice. I like it. Now let's go grab this science lab and put it where it should be. How's our power doing? Everything's fine. We're not barely using any of it. Let's set up a radar to change that situation. It's like, oh look, everything's fine. Let's make it not fine. And we'll find out where the biters are. And also the biters will find out where we are, because they really love tweet radars. But yeah, they'll just start scanning off in either direction super fast, so it'll be great. So the thing actually, it means that you don't really need that many radars to be able to start just having every square, like, further out scanned constantly. Just because there's so few squares to scan that if you have enough radars, they'll just constantly be refreshing the normally out of range ones. But still, it'll take a bit of work to have enough of those to do it. And also, you'd have to make sure they're all timed right, so they don't all activate at the same time. That's the point, actually. What does a radar do when every tile is already lit up inside its range? Then again, I guess it's like a momentary activation, and then it would just carry on activating a tile even if it was still lit up. Just stop it from ever going dim. Hello, Pyrodisu. Welcome to the stream. We're on the edge of Discworld, is I think what we're saying at the moment. Because of course, if it's a disc, then the gravity would pull inwards, so you'd be walking along at an increasingly high angle till you got to the edge, and then just be standing on the edge. So we are standing on the edge, except it will never loop round, because if we went and investigated that and found it didn't loop round, then we would discover that that everything was a lie, and we're not on the edge of Discworld at all. That's enough iron to be getting on with, but we have literally 0 copper. Let's do something about that. Oh, I was going to go build a mining drill, but we have 0 copper, so we can't build a mining drill. But we've got the production over here now. We can just go steal all this. That's enough to be getting on with. We'll set up something here. Well, we'll do a proper furnace thing. That's work, though. Let's just set it up next to this one. Already got the coal here, so that sort of works. It limits how much production we can actually set up, but I'm going to change it later. Everything's going to be changed later, he says, lying. It's always the thing, if you say something's temporary, just the fates will conspire to make it last till the end of the game. I mean, if we really need to, at some point in the future, we can convert this one that we're building right now into another iron one and then build another copper one there or whatever. But for now, it'll be nice to... That's not right. Yes, they're just going to dump them straight onto the belt next to him, of course. I'm going to move this stuff all out of the way. That'll do. Ah, yeah, stupid belts. Is that about right? Nope. I think, is it there? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Excellent. Take a little moment to look at chat, see what everyone's saying. Yeah, or we're in a halo. Either way works. Either we're inside a ring or we're outside a disc. Same difference, really. I guess we could call it a rim world, yeah. Permanent... I mean, temporary means it's ugly but permanent. I see. Alright, let's get back to assembling stuff. Ah, we don't have enough. Well, what do we not have enough of? Circuits, damn it. Yeah, our really crappy copper supply is running down. Also, I forgot to set this up. I went and grabbed the science lab and then just derped out and completely forgot what I was doing. Again, I'm making wooden chests I don't need to make. Ah, damn, it doesn't quite line up. We'll move this up a square. And that disconnects everything and shuts down the whole system. That's just how it works with power poles. The more sure you are that it is completely redundant, the more likely it is that removing it will shut down something entirely and break your factory. Right, that's running. We could probably do with having more labs, but we'll... whatever. I'll sort it in a second. We don't have the copper supply to be really making more than we're making right now, so... Let's make a whole bunch of that. Now, we're out of gears again. You always need more gears. We're a bit more cramped over here, trying to work out how to get the copper belts to play into things. Could have just made more space, but shush. Let's get these in place ready. And then this. And then who knows how this will work out. I mean, I guess, yeah, we can just do the same thing but one square up. No, we can't. Yes, we can. We can just fiddle with it a bit. Right, let's get some miners working on some copper. And get that being brought down to everywhere else. This way. Bring it down through here. Again, we're out of stuff. Moving things for a while. Discworld is one of the greatest things ever. Should be mentioned. As is pretty much everything that Terry Pratchett's written. If you haven't written anything other than Discworld stuff, I would advise reading all of his other stuff as well, because it's all awesome. He was one of those authors where I kept reading different things he'd written without realizing it was the same guy. So I read the Gnome series, Truckers, Diggers and Wings. And then I also read Discworld. And then later on was like, oh, that was the same guy. That makes sense as to why I thought they were both awesome then. Right, and then we'll just run this way. We'll get an underground belt and a splitter. And we'll just do that, but backwards. So all we have to do is that. And this one can be two belts as well later on. We're future-proofing it. This temporary structure that we're going to replace. Yes. I mean, I guess if you're going to make a temporary thing that's totally not going to be temporary, then you want to make sure that it will work in future. When you realize it's not temporary anymore. You do have to be a bit more careful about where you build things, though, when you have a ribbon world. Of course, because everything's got to run along belts along this very thin space, this sort of thin space, to get to wherever it needs to go. And so if you have everything really badly laid out, then you end up with like 50 belts going in random directions trying to get from A to B. Well, you would, but you could just put a train in instead and that'd work better. Eventually get this running, though we also need to power it. I sort of forgot about that. Let's get these in place. There we go, an immediate massive boost in power loss, I imagine. Yep, we're getting a little bit close to using all the power we have. Why not simply feed the copper ore from the top? Because that would make sense. Who do you take me for? It's because I'm thinking of expanding it later, but even then I could still load it in, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I just felt like doing it that way. How do I want to do this? I guess that way, and then... Because I'm trying to think of a way of like using a splitter to merge it. Just to make it look a little bit neater. But how on earth do I make this fit that? Or I could give up and do something else. I'm just going to run it like this because I don't care. And you can't stop me. Now we definitely have enough copper. I think we actually pretty much had it before. It seemed to be working out fairly okay in the grand scheme of things. Actually, the science is being used up pretty close to the rate it's being produced. But we'll set up one more lab. Or we'll go grab some more stuff first. Everything was shut down because this is built up, that's the point. I should really get some chests that this unloads into. I mean, this has one, but the circuits do not. So we will... Yeah, we'll just put it there, and then... insert it this way. Whoops. There. Limit it a bit, not much. And that'll be lovely. We might need some fast inserters for things to run properly. And I can't be bothered working out exactly where I need them, so I'm just going to put them everywhere. We probably definitely need them on this stuff here. Here, and here, and here. Awesome. Yep, some of them are definitely running faster than before, namely these two here. And this one. So that works. A beltless factory. It's boring and annoying. It takes ages for you even to be able to get to that, unless you're talking about using inserters for the first phase of it. No, I'm not doing it. Never. Oh. Be so annoying and frustrating constantly. Why are we running out of... The ratio should be right for this. Oh wait, the power. The power might not be the most stable ever. Sure, it seems to be holding up. Yeah, you do often need to have like one extra miner to make sure you actually get the ratios. Let's put one more in so we can have all the furnaces running at full speed. In fact, how, they're not even running at full speed right now, so what's that about? Huh. I'll just grab a bunch anyway. Yeah, that's the ratio, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of those to two of those. I don't know why the thing could possibly be running down when two of them weren't even operating. I mean, I have been hoovering stuff up a lot, so maybe that was part of it. They're definitely moving quicker now, so I think all these might stay running. Now we've got a little bit of a main bus here. Mini bus. Tiny bus. Micro bus. Whichever one you feel like, so we can start setting up something. I guess I can just start working towards getting some green science. I want to get some landfill. I just need some landfill so I can sort out the massive water thing we've got going on. So... Oh, we don't even have... Yeah, we can't make the level 2s yet, so we can't actually make the inserters, so we'll just make belts for the moment. And then we can use them. Let's get another power pole around here somewhere. Long-armed inserter. And we'll load it into a random chest over here. Is this running quick enough? Probably not. Oh, it stopped. Oh, this is... The problem is the unloading, of course, because you make 2 belts per one of each thing. So we definitely need a fast inserter working on that. There we go. We can now do automation too. Oh, it's going to take forever. Right, we'll speed this up. We could just set it up over here instead. That might be the best way. We do have the gears right here, though. Yeah, we'll set it up over here. So what we'll do is deconstruct everything before we worked out a plan. Because that's the best way of doing it. And then we'll put a belt there, and then... I don't know, run it that way. Perhaps split this stuff off, or just run them along here a little bit. Doesn't really work too well. I mean, there's a copper belt right here. This doesn't need to work properly. This can, as long as it's vaguely functional, it's fine. So let's run it along here, then we've got a bit more space over here before we run into some coal to build the green sign stuff. And whatever other production things we might need. Shift that up by a square. Oh, actually we have to move it over there as well. Oh, that worked. I was expecting that to disconnect everything, but it's all fine. Shut down all this for the moment. Build these over here. Bring it down here. And then this stuff here. And that does disconnect everything. Yeah, come on. Trying to be efficient, whatever. Doesn't matter. So unload them onto a separate belt. Which we'll have to mess about with the power poles for, I suppose. Well, that doesn't work. I'm dumb. Put it there. Here. Here. That will do. Here. Run this way, and then back this way, perhaps. So we've got a bit of scalability in both production of this and putting these in. We'll grab some more supplies. What's chat saying? Are they all having aneurysms? No, you're all doing pretty well. That's the thing. One of the problems with making any sort of Factorio stuff, especially live, is that people can get really annoyed if you don't make things exactly how they want to make them. At which point it's like, well, you could just play it yourself then. If you want to have a factory made that way, you probably own Factorio, right? What are you here for? That sort of thing. Yeah, I can extend this now and that works, and that's fine by me. Let's get a second lab so we can speed things up a bit, because I want to get automation too, so I can get green sign, so I can get landfill, so I can sort out the huge lake next to us. I mean, it is sort of, it comes with the job at this stage of, like, when I load any sort of Factorio game, it has to have a huge lake, at least by the terms of scale that are possible. It's like, I set the water settings to the absolute minimum, and I still got a lake that nearly goes from top to bottom in this map. So in Ribbonworld terms, it's a huge lake. In any other terms, it's the tiniest of ponds. Yeah, it's all in the description, the exact details of what a Ribbonworld is, so that I don't have to explain it every minute. So I noticed you get all sorts of fancy stats now about the live streams you do. We don't need this anymore. I was about to refuel it. It's like, no, why do I have this? This is just going to leave. We'll just not think of it anymore. Yeah, you get all sorts of cool statistics when you finish a live stream. And apparently for the previous live stream that I did, it went on for 2 hours, but the average watch time was 13 minutes, so people were not hanging around for long. And that's the thing of the number that we have is of people constantly turning up and going again. And so I just put everything in the description because it's easier than explaining it all the time. Well, this is not enough science for both of these to run. Oh, also the power's going wrong. I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised. I even said it was happening earlier. As it's running, this is going alright, but we definitely need more. We are running out of iron. But we have enough, just about, exactly just about, to make what we need from that particular bit of iron grabbing. Also, these are running okay, but they probably won't be once we set up the second thing. Oh, actually, we also want... we can set it up on this side, it's fine. I'll have to build that there and then move this to there. We'll put an underground belt in a second that we can't afford to make because we have no iron. And sorted. Oh, I can't even go round. I don't have enough belts for it. Wait, just because I can and because it's funny, I'm going to fix this by doing that. There we go. Making use of the materials to hand. Of course, I literally could have just gone and walked over to the iron and grabbed more iron, but that would have been boring. That would have been the normal, sensible way of doing it. And who wants that? Let's double this up. And we'll also need some more miners, of course, to work with that. We'll set those up in a second. We'll get this in place first. Just because we're already here. And it'll briefly give us some more production. So that's fine. Oh, we have enough left actually. Well, we need to make the assemblers first. Which does not leave us with much. We should make it alright. Power for everything. And then we can start running the belts up. As much as we can actually afford to. Which is that much. But now suddenly there's going to be more iron being produced, so we'll be able to grab a bit more as we run around the belts. And in a second it will all die because we do not have enough ore for it. So we'll make some miners. And that's 4, that will do. It gives us the right ratio plus an extra iron miner so the belt will build up. And the positioning of this belt isn't the best. I guess we'll just carry on like that for now. We are very low on everything to make power poles with, but there we go. Now, should we go... We shouldn't get straight on with landfill. It's not set up yet. We'll just do some... let's get some turrets just so we have some form of defense in case the biters start attacking. How is our pollution? Gets to there. There's some biters. Can't look at them. Gets to there. No biters over here seen so far. So currently we're okay, but they might try and colonize fairly soon. Because there's only one direction they can go in, and it's towards us, probably. Right, this should all work fine now once the stuff has actually got down the line. I think it's... yeah, the belt isn't too slow for it. It's just about working. So these will all run, we'll get some extra iron, everything will be good. More production, more science, all the things. And Bob's your uncle. Let's grab some of this. Let's get ourselves properly stocked on materials. Well, we got that done quick. Alright, we'll do walls next. Nice thing about walls is you only ever need 128 of them. 64 for that side, 64 for that side. That's all the walls you ever need to make. And the rest of the stone you'll use for the small amount of the large amount of landfill for this over here. And then the rest will be for concreting everything. Because concreting your entire factory is actually pretty achievable when you have it in such a thin strip like this. But we are at the hour mark. We're going to be going for 2 hours. That's the idea for how this is going to work. So we're not done yet. But I think we'll go to a break for the moment because I need to eat some food. Because it is that time of day where I am in the UK. And so I will quickly scoff down something. And we're back in... yeah, let's just make it 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes is fine. And in the meantime, I guess you'll have some Factorio music. Oh, this has happened. We'll queue up optics next, because that will also take 5 seconds. And for the moment, let's do some... did I set this up right? I think I did. If I click this... yeah, I get a lovely train. And a quick message. The music might continue. I forget if it does. I am on the pause menu, so it probably won't. So you'll just have dead silence for the next 5 minutes. But at the end of that 5 minutes, I will return. So we'll see you then. Alright, and we are back. Back to the thing. There we go. And we'll unpause it. Here we are. I think it was about 5 minutes. I don't know, I lost track. I'm now fed and everything is good again. And I noticed people in the chat were talking about Rick and Morty. And I'm very excited for the new series. It is finally coming. What is it now? A week till it goes live? It's all the things at once all of a sudden. Game of Thrones, Rick and Morty, and actually Doctor Who's finished. Haven't watched it yet. I've downloaded it all on iPlayer, but I think there's a timer on it. They've got this mean thing where it's like, yeah, you've got to watch it within a month of the show going out, and then you can't see it anymore. But yeah, all these cool shows happening. But yes, as we've just got the red signs going a little bit quicker. And we've done some research that now lets us get green signs done, so I guess that is what we will work towards. We have no iron. We never have iron. It is the eternal struggle of Factorio. There's always an iron shortage. It is the rule. There must always be an iron shortage. If ever, for some reason, it stops, it must only be briefly. And then as soon as it has stopped, you must then make too much production again, so that you then have an iron shortage again. Do some military research. Might as well get all the major red sign stuff out of the way while we're grabbing all the supplies for getting the green sign stuff set up. How was everybody's break? Did everyone get fed and watered and such? One week till Rick and Morty. It shows that they were really trying to get it to us as quick as possible, that they released episode 1 months before the rest. That's the point, actually. Are they going to start with episode 1 again? Because that'll make everyone really annoyed, because they're like, oh crap, I've already seen this! This wasn't what I wanted! Then at the same time, people who didn't realise that episode 1 had already come out will be wondering where episode 1 is. And how the plot at the end of season 2 was resolved. It could be a mess. It could go horribly wrong. Right, I guess we could now just upgrade everything to Assembly Machine Mark IIs, just to get everything working a little bit quicker. What if you finish all resources before launching the first rocket? There is not a limited number of resources. The map is still infinite in the horizontal direction. And there is still ore out there. We'll do steel processing next, and by the time that is done, we will probably be ready to start doing green signs. Yep, look, there's more ore out there. There's some iron. More iron on that side too. Of course, biters as well. And loads of oil, because I just put the oil settings on max because I don't like looking for oil. I know that in the past having weird map designs like Ribbonworld has made the oil sometimes be weird. I think it's since been fixed, but I'd still... I'm suspicious that it could go wrong. And so I just put them on max, because it's just easier. You don't have to worry anymore. All of the iron. We need even more. I mean, we're doing steel processing right now, so we just need to do advanced material processing, and we can upgrade all these, so that works. So we'll have to make the steel in the first place. Alright, we've got this in place, but it's not doing anything yet, so we'll get it unloading onto something. And then... something over here? Yeah, I mean, just extend it down this way. Get a whole bunch of them. Oops, 5, I think. Is it 5? Let me check. Oh, no, it's 6 we want. Let's get things up to a reasonable speed. People keep talking about doing more mass stuff. There's no plans at the moment, that's all I know. I mean, the most recent one wasn't really that long ago. We usually have we've had pretty big gaps between series before now. And who says it would have to be with the same group? You know, I could try collaboration with other people and that might be just as interesting. That's the thing, at the moment everyone's upset about Roll For It because Splat and Havoc are leaving, and of course they are awesome and they brought a lot to the show, but there's going to be new people in their place. And those are going to be good people too. We have no wood. No, no, we do have wood. We have no copper. That's what it is. Let's grab all this. Oh yeah, that's the cool thing. If you didn't know, I mentioned it in the Kingdoms and Castles one, but not everyone was around for that. Hang on, we'll just get that done. Not quite ready. Actually, we are ready with this. I could have set it up and started doing landfill, but whatever. But yes, there's this cool thing about YouTube streaming in that, as with I think Twitch is the same, but you can go back and watch the stream from earlier on. But here's the crazy thing: you can then watch it in double speed to catch up with it again and get back to when it's live. I mean, by now it's too late, because we're more than halfway through, but if you've just tuned in right now and you then go back to the start of the stream, you can then watch it in double speed and be almost caught up by the time the stream finishes. I just think that's amazing. Because I really like watching things in double speed quite a lot at times. Oh, I completely didn't register that, oh yeah, there's an attack. That means everything's being blown up because we don't have guns yet. I've been playing towns too much, where there's just so many alarms all the time, you just become numb to them and you forget that, oh yeah, it means serious things in other maps. Alright, let's get things fixed up. It has begun. Has the pollution even reached them? No, they're just trying to colonize us. Of course they are. Just because I'm aggressively colonizing the land that they previously owned. Whiners. It's not another attack, is it? No, it's the same alarms. Well, I don't know why it does that, where it doesn't, like, another... It doesn't alarm over alarm. Just to make sure you're alerted to the fact that there is no longer something to be scared about. I guess we set up defenses, even though... Oh, the happens to spot a flashing thing there. Of course, we didn't upgrade this, so it's crap. It's nowhere near good enough. And yeah, we're currently in a... Oh, no, we're not in a power death spiral, because these aren't determined by power, so... Let's actually remove these anyway, and switch to normal mining drills. I think that'd be better, ultimately. It does mean that you can suffer from power spirals, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not like I never bothered to check on how the coal system is doing, so I wouldn't notice if there was a massive power failure. It'll be fine. Oh, I've realised I can't put power poles along the back here because I've completely... there's something we can do about that. It's going to do that there. It's not exactly efficient in terms of materials, but whoops, it's died. Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah, I've sort of accidentally put us into a power spiral that is already extremely serious by trying to go straight from a failing coal-powered system to a new electric system. So that was maybe dumb. It does ruin the interaction stuff if you have to go back and watch it not live. That is a fair point. That is something you miss out on when you don't watch things live. Either way, I'm going to be uploading the video afterwards to the channel. In fact, it doesn't automatically, except it does it a bit weirdly. I had this weird thing with the Kingdoms and Castles stream of it went live, but I couldn't find it in my video manager, and I assumed that it just wasn't there. But then it was still visible to people, and after doing a search in my video manager, I found out that even though it had the correct date and time on it as to when it went live, it was not sorted by date in the video manager. It was in fact just put in apparently a random place back in November of 2006. It's like, yes, this is definitely where this should be sorted. We shouldn't sort it by date, we should just put it back here, because logic and reasons. So I managed to find it and edit it, so it'll be interesting to see where the video for this livestream goes. What random month and year it decides to pick for this one to appear in my my video settings. Either way, I'll find it and we'll get it uploaded. Alright, let's get this operational, because literally I just need to finish putting the inserters in place. I just got distracted by other things, by biters actually, so I should do something about that. Also, I should work out how I'm doing this. It's easy to sort. We'll move this. And then we'll have a bit of room to bring the belt in here. Probably the easiest way to do it. Get these being powered. And then we can start adding more science labs in going this way. Ended up with a bunch of iron ore. How did that happen? Just dump it onto the belt so things are running a little bit better. I think they're running badly because of the power issues we were having a minute ago. Actually, we might still be having them. Oh yeah, we are. We've reached the limits of the steam engines we've got, so we're going to have to do something about that in a moment. We'll put these in. Oops. Inserters all along here. And run that down to there. And there we go. At the moment we're not even using the green signs, but we will in a minute. How much is it for heavy armor? It's only 30. Why is it taking so long? Oh, because it's 30 seconds each. Whereas a lot of the other ones were 15 seconds. Right, let's go set up some more steam engines and such. We'll start a new column. Probably the easiest way to do it right now. There we go, that's all the components. There's the boilers. And the engines. And the one pipe we need. And the pump. And for now, we'll put power poles here and here. It's not the best, but it's because we don't have any better power poles right now. Once I've got the medium range power poles, it will be enough to fit this in a bit better. Of course, connect those up, and now we have double the power as soon as these have actually started running. There we go. And everything's fine again. Oh, everything's being weird. Steady on. There we go. OBS was warning me that something was going wrong for a second there, but now it seems to be... Oh, no, it's still not quite right. Things may be a little bit choppy for you right now. I don't know what's going on. Oh, what's happening? Calm down. Probably some program trying to run in the background that's not supposed to. But going and watching chat there for a second. Right, what do we got? We got the green signs now, so we could just go straight to landfill so we can start sorting that problem out. I'm inclined to maybe go for that first, just so we can make progress in that area, but we will need steel before we can start to make those. So for the moment, we'll do that, just because I want to be able to get that bit of production underway. In fact, let's start clearing this out here so we can start harvesting this stone at a... I was going to say at an increased rate, but the current rate is 0. I mean, anything is still higher than 0. But I don't know if that's really the right word to use anymore. Oh, we are out of pickaxe. I should have actually just set up some steel production. Why did I just grab that? Is it... Yes, this is how you mine with pickaxe, right? Oh, jeez. I am derp sometimes. But yeah, this particular world we will do streams off fairly regularly, I think. I may come up with a schedule, there is not one at the moment. But this world is specifically for live streaming. I think it works better as that. Basically, the reasoning was that once the factories are fully set up and everything's in this, you know, we've got a main bus in place and we've got oil and stuff, I'm going to start needing to walk long distances along here. And so while I'm walking long distances, I can look over at the chat and see what people are saying. That's my basic logic for why I decided to do the Ribbonworld as a live stream series. Occasionally there's sudden bouts of downtime where it's nice to go and do some chat interaction. Well, it's cool to see that I've been inspiring you, Catherine of Sky. I don't know why I did that. I was just like, this thing has no coal. I must put coal in. I need to make some miners and do this properly. We've got a lot of stone already, though. We're getting there with landfill. It's taking a while. Actually, the limiting factor is the number of labs we have, so I guess I could put more in. I mean, there's not much room, but we can work it out. I think we're going to double it up again. And also, let's make sure we actually have enough science labs, because we don't right now. We need 5 for the proper ratios and such, which I occasionally pay vague attention to. That will do it. And a bunch more belts. Hey Red 5, good to see you here. How have you been? Whoops. There. And then run these along here. That fits fairly nicely. I mean, we're starting to see the limitations that you have to deal with in a ribbon world. So I didn't exactly start this as far up as I could have, but there's all stuff in the way. That's an awkward thing I've found with like the trial runs I've done of this. The main issue I've had is that I've wanted to build over ore deposits. And I'm like, well, I want to mine these, because otherwise it'll be a massive waste if I just start building a main bus over the top of it. So I end up like just setting up a whole bunch of miners loading into some steel chests, and it's just a mess. It's not good. And so I did some faffing about with the ratios of different ores and stuff, and I think I've got a good one now, and it seems to have worked out pretty well, because there's this whole open space here, and this is where we're going to build our bus. That is there. That's going to be a pain. I think what we'll do is just like, as soon as we start building the bus, we'll also go over there and just start mining that, and putting it in chests, and we'll just have to deal with that. This will last us for the moment, so we don't really want to be using that instead of that. We want to get this out of the way as well, so we've got more space in our core area, because we're probably going to be running a railway along the bottom row here. Actually, there's so much oil here. Maybe I should run it along the top instead. Not sure exactly which way to do it. If I run it along the top, then we have finished with the landfill. We can start working on that now. Next, we'll do advanced material processing, so we can start smelting things a little bit quicker without having to use up a bunch more space. But yeah, what I could do is run the railway along here, and it wouldn't be a problem that this is here, because this would be our first outpost. And that'll be fine. Then we could run our main bus along here, and it wouldn't hit anything for a while longer. I mean, a railway would not be able to go in this direction at all because of this, but again, that'd be its outpost, or not even an outpost, because it would just be the base. This would eventually be a pain, because I imagine I wouldn't use all of this for a very, very long time. Yeah, that ended up being a bit more coal than I was hoping for. Can I make some lamps? Fantastic idea. I always forget. But of course, YouTube never quite processes the darkness as well as anything else, as well as the game does. So I can always see a little bit better than you guys at night, and that's no good. There we go, that's plenty of lamps to be working with. Yeah, just every now and then, in the comments, or the chat, I don't know what to call it anymore, because it's a weird amalgam of the normal YouTube thing, but then, I guess the chat is the right term for this. But yeah, in the chat, just shout lamps at me occasionally, and I'll have no idea what you're saying initially, and I'll be wondering why everyone's just yelling lamps, but I'll work it out. Oh, we need to... I completely forgot to actually set up the other part of this, so... Oh, they are all running, but the supplies are running down rapidly. Ah, we're always running out of stuff. I need a logistics boss to deliver me infinite things. What's wrong with this? Why is the... The power's fine, there should be enough iron. Oh, one of them has died. That would explain it. We'll go fix that later. We'll get power poles sorted. That'll do. Then loading here. Oh, damn it. No, 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 not the power. Not the power. Please don't do that. Damn it, there's too many things to be getting on with, and one of them is dealing with biters, and I always put that last because it's boring. Stop it. Stop eating my stuff. Stop putting holes in my power. Can I make a new blooming steam engine now? Oh, I knocked out that one too. Right, I'll build some turrets. And again with the everything is now fine alarm. Oh, they've got in range of pollution. Right, we're definitely going to have to deal with them now then. We might have to go fight that base before it becomes too much of a problem. Fill these in again. Fix everything up. Why is this one not running? Oh, because there's a pelt missing over here. That'll do. Oh, there's coal all over the floor now. Made such a blowing mess. Wasting my time having to clear stuff up. Too much coal on me. Right, let's go make some turrets. I can make a whole one right now. Wait, why are these still not... Oh, because the power pole was broken. There we go. Yeah, please tell me if the stream is being a bit weird. I've been getting some warnings from OBS that things are being a bit off, so that might be a problem. Everyone's yelling lamps at me. It is nicer to be talking normally, yes. It is a little bit challenging to be able to talk non-stop really fast for 20 minutes. Right, what next? Military 2, I'm thinking. Yeah, that'll be good. Right. Give me all the iron. There's no iron. Well, that's good. Give me what iron there is. We can start making something. I need 40 iron to make a single gun turret. I'll grab the gears, that'll help. All of the gears. And then we can make 2. Just keep hoovering. There should be more. Like, I know that one of the miners is out, but that's not enough for it to be this bad. Let's get that sorted. I'm gonna build more miners. Can I get through here? Nope. I have to run upstream here. Oh, I already had some miners on me. Whatever. Build 2 here. That will do. Run them around. Also, do that with them. Just to even things out a bit on either side. That should keep all the furnaces running. And can make a few more turrets. It's still so slow. Crafting turrets is the worst. A lot of hiccups with the recording. I don't know what that's about. That's a shame. I'll have to see if I can mess about with the settings. It might be just that I've not optimized it very well for streaming, because I think the settings are very close to what I have them for videos, which is not how you're supposed to do it. But I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't streamed in a year. I don't know how any of this works. Right, that's more like it. Now we need to make the ammo as well. We can now make the piercing rounds, but we are nowhere near being able to make them on any sort of scale yet. This is a normal mode. All the settings are normal. I didn't really want to do a marathon mode or any sort of extra science stuff when I don't really have much space to work with. Just went with normal. The challenge is the Ribbonworld part of it. Let's just make a whole bunch of standard ammo for the moment. I'm just going to carry on hoovering up all of the iron we get. Looks like I might have a bottleneck. Ah, whatever. Oh, you mean on this belt? No, I think that one's fine. A little bit close to it. That's why I put the iron from those 2 on the other side, just to make sure it didn't become too much of a problem. I forget exactly how many mining drills fill up a belt. I think it's 16 per side or something like that. Or maybe 12 per side. Either way, at the moment we've got 10, so that's fine. Not quite ready to make walls yet. We need to just get these turrets up nice and quick. Nice thing is, instead of just plonking turrets all the way around my factory, I can just go turret line. Just set up a gun line. No biters can cross. How's that base looking? 3 bases and a small worm. I can tackle that, but we should set up the wall anyway. Let's see, something like this. This sort of spacing, because we don't really have many turrets to work with. You know what, hang on. Let's just... So this, and then cut this here. And I'm just going to do this from the start. I should have done it in the first place. And then just run it along like this, and then I can work out exactly how to space them. At some point I can just make a blueprint for filling in the wall. Oh, it doesn't line up! Oh no! It's all gone wrong. I was hoping it would line up through some sort of magic, and I wouldn't have to deal with any problems. We'll try doing it like this. How's that work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's not even. Oh, it's the worst. What have I done? We'll do it like that. That's not great. Oh, it's a mess. I just want to put the turrets in. That's all that matters. 10 turrets. There we go. Spacing's nightmarish. I can fix that a bit. There. That's not quite so terrible. We can have a gate here at some point in the future, but we're not even to that sort of level yet. Each turret gets 5 ammo, and that's all the ammo we have. I can actually make more now, though. So we'll do that. Oh, also, I need to make it. Oh, damn it. I can't even afford a better gun. There, gun. Also, armor. We'll leave it for now. We'll be fine. We'll just fill all these in. And for the moment, this should be enough to defend us. But also, I think we're going to go deal with this base, because having it in range of the pollution is going to be just bad. Make space for the SMG, and we'll stay out range of them for now, because I currently don't have a weapon. Shouldn't just go running in. I don't know if I have the ammo to actually deal with this base, really, but I want to see if I can tackle it to some degree. So we'll deal with the biters. And then we'll see if we can at least take out one base. A lot more biters. Okay, there may be too many of them to really deal with. We've already got through a quarter of the ammo. Right, we can start shooting this. Oh, geez, it really does take ages. Yeah, we are not going to get all the bases with this, but we can at least get this one. Alright, and I don't think I can even afford... I don't think I have enough ammo to take out one more base. We could have made another 9, but we'll leave it. We'll come back in a minute with more ammo. We'll see if we can get some armor-piercing ammo ready. And some actual armor and stuff. Then we go with electric energy distribution 1. Next, nothing's particularly urgent anymore. Gun turret damage might be advisable considering the current situation we're in. You know what, we'll speed the labs up. I think they're working pretty... I know they're actually managing to deal with all the science packs that are being given to them, so whatever. Oh, I've still not... I get distracted constantly. I can't even finish putting in 3 assemblers. Let's get these set up. I think... was there another attack while I was setting this up? Because there was an attack while I was setting this up the first time round. The biters just really didn't want me to increase the science rate. That was what it was. Right, I have iron again. I should probably get a storage chest for iron. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. I mean, these basically act as them. There. And we'll also, seeing as one side is... no, it's supposed to be one side built up. I'd mess it up if I did it any differently. Now I'm just going to go down here and set up some chests at this end. Couple of filter inserters. We'll just have everything collected around here. Copper. Iron. Gears. Belts. Not belts. Circuits. Yes. Even though we already have one over here. I'm going to limit this a lot more because... damn it. Button. You can stop assembling for now. You've got more than enough. Except you won't because I'm about to power this up. I'm not going to limit that very much. The limits aren't really that important, but I want to do them, so shush. You can't stop me. Right, it's going pretty well at the moment. We got a lot of red and green signs going. We can start looking at maybe setting up our proper main bus and such. Now let's go deal with those though. First, we'll sort out some some steel production. How to do this. Let's put a couple of furnaces on the end of this line for it. In fact, I'm going to dedicate these 2 furnaces to feeding them. Gonna move them about a bit. Here and here. We can feed them in like this. And we'll just... that and that. It's a bit terrible. Unload them. Into... That's not a chest. That's not a chest at all. There we go. That's what we're looking for. They'll get on with that, and then we'll start using those to make even more. Well, not even more. We'll use those to make the better furnaces, and then that'll accelerate it even more, and then we'll use those to make everything better furnaces. And we need to sort this out over here, so let's just clear this away. Dump a whole bunch of stone into our inventory. I mean, we can just manually start making this stuff. It takes no time at all. And we'll just start mining the crap out of this. People talking about modded versions of belts, purple belts and green belts and stuff. Definitely nice to have, especially if you're doing something like this and you need like really high throughput to make your main bus as small as possible. At the moment, what I'm thinking is we start at the very least with 4 belts of copper and 4 belts of iron, and then immediately 3 of each of those go into making gears and circuits. Actually, one of the copper belts will continue on and be used to make red circuits, and then from there we'll have 1 of each belt, including 1 of steel, 1 of circuits, 1 of gears, so on and so forth. We'll run this out over here somewhere and set up some sort of stone stuff. Also, I'm going to start making grenades because I don't want to cut down every single one of these trees here. How much wood do we have? We could do with a little bit more just to have a bit more stocked up for when we need it, but mostly I think I'm going to just bomb everything. Cannot be bothered cutting down 1,000 trees. Let's get the tool belt. Always nice to have. Our current one is full, so we'll get more. Oh, also, I've not built the lamps. I just thought of that myself. Didn't even need someone to prompt me to build more lamps. Yeah, let's just stick them everywhere. That should be pretty good. Is there some space over here we haven't done? Yeah, over here is not really covered. Yeah, I happened to look at my my hotbar, was thinking about how it was full, and I was like, wait, those are lamps. I shouldn't have lamps. Is that all we've managed to make? Oh no, we've got 6. They just, we're moving. For the moment it takes 2 to blow up any group of trees. If you get enough grenade upgrades done, then it just takes the 1. And I think they might not need anything more than red and green signs, which is convenient. Yeah, that's pretty good. We can just clear out the rest manually, that's fine. Yeah, I reminded you to remind me about the lamps immediately. There's never any iron, but we have the iron storage now. I'm just gonna go raid it. That's a lot. That'll keep us going for a while. Let's get some copper while we're here. We're a little bit low on that too. Right, now we can start actually making large amounts of belt stuff instead of just what we need at any one time. Very nice. And around to here, I'm going to put some up here as well. I want to get this mined crazy fast. Fast as you can. There. That is the best we can do. Super compressed miners. And we'll hook that up to that belt, and that's not the best, but I don't care. I mean, at this point, I could just get these running and then just stand at the end of it, hoovering it up. Can we reach? Oh, no! There. And now we have crazy amounts of stone being produced, and we can just turn it on to landfill. But it is going to take forever still, so I think I will just set up some... set up being loaded into a chest. I don't even know if one fast inserter will be quick enough at this stage. Absolutely not. Not at all. Right, we'll have to do some messing about with this. Perhaps 2 fast inserts will be enough. Let's test it by emptying the system out again, giving them a chance to show if they can deal with it or not. Oh, this just immediately is a full belt as soon as they start. They've not even managed to do anything on this side. Oh god, we need to double it again. Infinite fast inserters. This chest is going to be full in 2 seconds. Actually, hook it back round to there, just to make sure that that one's always running. There we go, that's a way to gather stone quickly. It's still not really enough, that's brilliant. Yeah, apparently hoovering is not really a term anybody else uses. I guess you don't really call them hoovers in America, so that's perhaps the reason. But over here, a vacuum cleaner is always called a hoover, even though that was a brand, and it's not even a brand anyone uses anymore. It probably makes just more sense. I'm Dysoning things up, that's what it is. To be more relevant to what we currently use. Tool belt, right. I never know what to do next. It's like, I've got the stuff now, I don't need anything else. Let's make our turrets a little bit better, because right now they are very short on ammo. We've really not given them much. Oh, also, we need to sort out stone bricks before we go wandering off. Oh god, we can't unload from that chest! It's not possible! Okay, we'll just have it split off and go somewhere else, I suppose. And we'll set up some sort of vague furnace-y system over here. Oh, we need coal! Get me some coal. Couple of these. Actually, it looks like this could... I know this is working fine, really. This should be more than enough, and we'll just bring it down here somewhere and work out where it's going. Let's do that. And then this here. Don't need quite the throughput that you'd usually have because it's stone. It's not like we constantly need a whole bunch of it. Of course, it is now included in science. You do need it for one of the researches. But not yet, really. Oh, everyone's shouting lamps. Oh, it's the sun's risen now, that's the thing. By the time you finish shouting lamps, the sun's come up again. And I can't tell where they're needed. But I guess here is one of the places. That'll do there. Oh, and the wooden chest is full. The moment I stopped grabbing stuff from it. More landfill. Gotta be careful though, because at some point it'll just become a waste, because there's only one body of water in this entire map. And once it's gone, it's gone. We don't need any more landfill after that. Right, this is going at a rate. Could perhaps get it a little bit quicker. Oh, we need some stone. Well, how convenient. Couple more inserters, and then we'll also... Oh, we have finished our gun turret research. Let's do more gun turret research. We'll get some unloading going. We'll run it round the back just so that we can extend this if we feel like it. And we actually have the throughput, which I suspect we might not. I don't know, I didn't need to craft that, but whatever. And then a fast inserter to load it into a chest. Why is this not running? Because the belt doesn't go far enough. There we go. Can this do with the output? It looks like it. Taking a while for those to get going, but they are now going, and I think they're loaded quick enough to to run properly. Yeah, they're all fine. That's something to be working with. I'll just get it up to 60. And we will wander off and return at some point. Research. I was about to say research is going fine, but then I actually looked at it and was like, wait, no, that's not fine. What's the problem? This isn't running very well. It's a lack of gears. That makes sense. We've only got one gear assembler. And it's not even running at full speed. We need another fast inserter. Apparently one is not enough. Absolutely not. Okay. Gonna have to mess about with this. Or just put it there instead. Gives us plenty of room. Right, it's now running at full speed. Is it able to be unloaded at full speed? Probably not. That thing definitely cannot deal with the output now. So put a fast inserter there, and that should be okay. It'll help. Maybe not much, but it'll help. As it's going. Oh, we never put a limit on this. That's why it's just, that's why it's using all the gears. What are people saying in chat? Oh, don't ask for subs in chats. It's just... That's not how it works. People sub to you if you make good videos. There's no point just asking someone to subscribe to you, because then if they do, they probably won't even watch your stuff. And that means they're basically a dead subscriber. What's the point of a dead subscriber? Right, we can upgrade these to get steel quicker. Except we won't get it quicker until we also upgrade these two. Come on. There. Double up the steel production rate. We will need more iron to help with that. Oh, I never deconstructed that. That one ran out ages ago, didn't it? I just walked past it and built new ones and didn't actually get rid of that. Oh, and also this one's run out. Definitely need more then. Let's fill in this up here. Oh, he's still posting it. Are you a bot? No, it might be a bot. Hold on. I'm going to swing the hammer. Here we go. I don't know how this stuff works yet. It's going in timeout. There we go. It's not how you do it. It's more that I'm annoyed about the fact that it doesn't even make sense to try and get subscribers that way than that you're trying to do it in my particular chat. Need more gears, that's still the problem, and for more gears we need more iron, and we're working on that actually, really, because we're making more steel furnaces. So that makes sense. We are out of stone bricks though it should be easy to get more. You said something about power production? No, power's okay at the moment. We doubled it up recently and we've not really made much of a difference to how much power we're using since... Oh, it's been a bit weird again. I keep spotting that warning in the corner that things are going wrong. I'm afraid I can't really solve it this particular stream, but I'll see if I can fix it for the next one. Because it is no good, ruins everything. Yoink. And a million more landfill. He was a kid. It makes sense. I feel like there's a certain age, like, below which you're not really going to be able to run a YouTube channel properly. Like, I tried doing YouTube when I was younger, and I did a terrible job, and it was crap, and no one watched it. And then I stopped, and then after a couple of years I started again, and I did it right that time. I feel like you need, like... Hold on, we've got more signs to do. Let's get logistics 2 ready. I mean, I don't think we're going to be using red belts for a good long while, but it's nice to have them as an option. Am I playing on a potato or a toaster? No, this thing works alright usually. I record my normal videos on this and it works okay. So I think it's just not agreeing very well with streaming. I think my OBS settings are probably completely wrong because I don't know what the right settings would be. I'm not really... Well, I streamed a very long time ago, but in recent times I've not streamed before, so... I don't know how it works. Right, I guess we can... Yeah, oh, we can make loads of these now. Awesome. Ah, it's still being weird. It just seems to be getting worse as time progresses. Not sure what's happening. No, I'm not streaming over Wi-Fi. It's over... I'm wired in. I at least know that part of how to stream properly. That's all the steel we have for the moment. Either way, we're finishing fairly soon, so we'll finish. Then, in the intervening time before the next live stream, I will work out what the problems are and see if I can fix them. I mean, this particular PC is getting pretty old. It's about time I upgraded, so I will probably do that pretty soon. Only issue at the moment is I feel like I should probably try and like build one, but I don't know anything about building a PC. I do not know where to start. It seems like the right sort of thing to do when you're looking for a particular kind of machine that can do a particular kind of thing. Because that's the thing, this thing runs like smooth as butter for playing any game. But as soon as I start recording things, that's the time when things can start to go wrong. So just getting a gaming PC will probably not be enough. I'll need to make sure that it can actually deal with recording stuff at the same time. And therein lies the problem. Oh, we do not have... These inserters aren't quick enough. Let's fix that. It's like Legos. I mean... I imagine that there's a lot of stuff about connections only being of a certain kind, so it's actually relatively easy to work out what connects to where and stuff. I imagine there's guides. The main issue is working out what things I need to buy and what is good and what isn't. I think the actual assembly bit will be pretty fun. Until I realise I've missed something. I'm like, oh, none of this works because I forgot this one particular component that is vital. Or I'm just like, whoops, I forgot the power supply. Or something stupid. Need more steel. There's no iron anymore. I mean, it makes sense. I doubled up the smelting rate, and I didn't double up the number of miners. I don't know what I thought was going to happen there. So let's start filling this in as much as we can. We'll just redo this particular column here. I don't know, I'm trying to build one there, but it's like, wait, what am I doing? There's nothing there. There's no iron to build on. I may wish there is, but there is not, and I must deal with that. Can we put this up here? We cannot. We'll just put it there. Then bring some power poles back over this way. And that is maybe enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That is enough. We've only got 16 furnaces running. So the fact that half of these aren't working is fine. It's not the best of situations, but I'm not sure what to do. Apart from move them, maybe. I think it's enough. I think it's fine for the moment. It'll be working okay. Yeah, I don't understand why I can record Factorio normally perfectly fine. And there's never any lagging or anything like that, and yet when I'm trying to stream it, there is lag. It doesn't even seem to be like a Wi-Fi thing, like an internet connection thing. It seems to be a hardware limitation thing, so I think I must just have a setting wrong. I must just have put something stupid on that means it's using like twice the processing power it would usually use or something. So it's just me being a derp. Anyway, this is, it should be building up now and getting back to producing steel. Yeah, I realized I made a bit of a crappy system where, like, if there is not enough iron in any capacity, steel production shuts down. But it's a limitation system. It means that if I upgrade too many things, it stops letting me upgrade them by not giving me any steel anymore. That's how it works, right? Oh, again, it's hiccuping. The shame. I guess streaming would be a lot more of an intensive thing than making videos. Of course it would. I don't know why I would think it wouldn't be. With making the video, it just has to produce a file, whereas with the streaming, it's actually got to send it somewhere and probably just make it more prepared and make sure it's sending it at a quick enough rate to keep up with things. Yeah, so I'm just being silly and not understanding how technology works. Either way, we are coming to the end, which is probably for the best, considering the current state of things. I was going to upgrade these, but we don't really need to. The system's working fine for copper. We just need more iron at the beginning. Later on, when you start going crazy with like red circuits and stuff, suddenly the demand for copper can go through the roof. But for the moment, it's iron is the word of the day, and iron shortages are the eternal problem. But we've done fairly okay so far today. Got a decent amount of power, we got a defensive line. It's a bit crap, but it's working. It's held off 2 attacks at least so far. Got our smelting stuff, got our basic production, red and green science in decent ratios, and we've got most of the science labs running. Research is gone through pretty quick. We have our landfill ready to start filling this in. I could start working on that. You know what I should do though? I should fish first. This will be my one chance to fish. And the fish that I gather today will be the only fish I can ever have. Actually, sometimes when you landfill a space, you can end up with a glitch where there are still fish in the ground that you may still be able to actually catch. I'm not really sure. So maybe we'll have some in the future, but you know, these could be the only fish that we ever get if things work properly. And I need that healing. It's the only way to heal. So I guess that's how we're finishing today's particular stream, just by fishing. In a game where it really doesn't make that much sense for there to be fishing. But it's just been there since the beginning. It was literally in the very first publicly available release of Factorio, or maybe not even publicly, they had fishing then. Except when you caught a fish, it gave you a piece of wood, which you could then plant as a tree. And that was hilarious. I did a video on that when they had their 5-year anniversary and they released that so that people could see how far Factorio had come, and it's come a long way, jeez. It was a mess back then. It had the feel of like a flash game that you'd find on Congregate or whatever. But now it is so much more. We pretty much caught all the fish we can. There's a couple around here. Are you guys going to come in range? Are you going to be... Oh! Got you. We have 75 fish. I guess you now get 5 fish per fish then. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it gives you 5 for every fish. Very nice. Got supplies forever then. Let's finish by making preparations for the next phase of production. Beginning to research oil processing. I think that's a good way to end that. But I think we'll leave it there before the stream just dies entirely, because it's not going well. It's failing. Oh, jeez. It's not good. Bots can fish now? Oh, that's awesome. We gotta set that up. Now I don't want to get rid of the water. Crap! That was the plan, to get rid of the water. I'll have to fish for, I'll have to use bots to fish in another save, I guess. Perhaps in towns. We're gonna be building a logistics town there fairly soon. So we'll just set it up by the sea so we can go out and send our construction bots to go fishing. Because I guess you just ask them to deconstruct the fish. Question is though, can you fish with inserters? Because that's all I care about. I just want to make a little fishing machine that just has a bunch of inserters over the top of the water so that if fish come in range, they get put onto a belt. That's all I want. That'd be the most amazing thing. Yeah, I was planning on finishing at the 2 hour mark anyway, and considering the state of the stream, it's probably best because it's suffering. It's definitely suffering. I will try and fix it before the next time. I might fix it just by finally upgrading to a better machine, because I was planning on doing that anyway. And it's limiting what games I can play right now to a certain degree. That's the thing. Games run smoothly. As soon as I try and record videos, I can start to have issues. Limits what I can do. Yeah, you definitely used to be able to use inserters on fish, but I don't know if you can now. I'm hoping that they might have reversed it and made it possible again, just because that was fun. And otherwise, I might just like revert back to an old save just so I can make a fishing machine, just because it'll be hilarious. But that's all we have time for today. This Ribbonworld series will continue in future live streams. This will be the live stream Factorio series. And I'm going to see if I can get towards finishing the game with it, depending on how things go. I mean, you know me, I'm a little bit slow when it comes to putting out Factorio stuff. So maybe we'll like end up, it'll be like 2 updates in the future, and the game, like Factorio, will have been fully released and stuff, and nothing will work anymore. But I wanted to do a Ribbonworld for a long time, and I think I'm happy to be finally doing it. I'm looking forward to doing it in the future. But that's all we have time for today. Thank you all for coming. It's awesome to see you all here. And I think I'm definitely going to be continuing with live streams in the future once I've sorted out the technical issues. But with that, I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.